Hola. Hello. Hello there.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
Mute myself there. Don't want to see that. And close this. Hello everyone. Apparently I got 0 viewers, but no matter, we plod on. I'll give you a bit of time to start coming in. Hello people, names, faces. It takes a while for OBS to kind of load up how many people are actually watching this, so yeah, I think there's more than 0. That tea's getting cold. Worst possible timing for that. Hey gang. It's been a while. I had to take a little month off. Yeah, just chill out. I'm still not kind of fully 100% back to full creative capacity, but we're getting there. We're getting there. How are we? How are we all? Let me know. Are you good? You're well? Anyone else had their vaccines? I've had my first one. I had the lovely AstraZeneca. So my kind of 3 weeks of kind of waiting time after the first jab is just passed, and the second jab is booked the day after my birthday in May. So that's fun. I did have the option to get it on the day, but I figured let's not deal with that. Let's not deal with that on my 25th. I'm going to be 25 in May. That's a quarter of a century. Blimey, blimey, blimey. Hey everyone. How was it? The jab? Oh, the jab itself was fine. I went to a local football stadium. That's soccer to you Americans. My local football stadium has been turned into a vaccination site, and I went there. Was in and out in about 10 minutes, and really, like completely painless. I gotta be honest. Like I got a little jab in like just in a normal place where I get an injection, just like in, jab, out, bam, done, easy peasy. I was very surprised how much it didn't hurt. Like I thought it would hurt more, but it was very quick and painless. And if I could have hugged the lady who stuck a needle in me, I would have, but that was just not legal at the moment. We're doing good. We're doing good. Released a Powell cut. Oh yeah, it's gonna make it 4 hours long, desaturated, and yet somehow better. Maybe I don't know. You got facts. Nice. So just got Kingdom Dinobot, Card Drop Kick, and Encore Skids. I would quite like an Encore Skids maybe. My G1 collection right now is pretty kind of satisfied. If there's one more thing I want, I'd like an Autobot in green, but there's unfortunately no reissues for Hound, and I don't want a green Minibot either because I've got 3 of them. I've got B, got Tailgate, and Swerve. I just think Hound would look really nice next to those 3. Is Wild Rider still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. I know he fell into a ravine last time we saw him, but to be fair, he didn't appear in episode 8 of season 2, but he is alive, so he'll be back. Don't you fret. Henry Lewis. Yeah, I play guitar. By which I mean I have a guitar, which I really don't play as much as I used to. In the first couple of years when I got this girl. Her name's Sophie, by the way. She's a delightful woman. Yeah, this is a Sigma guitar, and I got this back in 2016? Around 2015, 2016. And yeah, I used to play it every day just for a little bit, and in the last couple of years, I've kind of fallen out of the habit, and she's gathering dust, the poor girl. But She's still lovely. Is she in tune? Let's get an E going. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. La. Yeah. So I still can't do like kind of like finger plucking. Like I can only do like kind of full bar chords. I can't do any kind of fancy stuff with the. Maybe one day I'll have the patience to actually learn how to do that. Ba 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 ba. Soccer is just short association football. I don't know. I think soccer's just what Americans call English football. I don't know why. And football in America has absolutely nothing to do with using your feet. Da, da, da. When's season 3 coming out? There's the question. No one asked that ever again. I still don't know. Good news in terms of actual like production. We finished filming the first 3 episodes of season 3, and Max has been. I finished sound mixing and music mixing for episode 2, and Max is currently working on episodes 1 and 3, doing the sound mixing there. It's coming together slowly but surely. It's coming, and it will be slightly delayed because I'm now working on Target Alpha Trion. Gary Chalk and Peter Spellos, man. I did Pete's voice recordings a few days back, and he was he was not happy having to use Audacity on his computer. I have I have I have audio evidence of him issuing a death threat against me. He's a true gentleman though. I'm very pleased I managed to get him on board, and I want to get him on a Skybite obviously at some point, but I don't know when that's going to be. But at the very least, I've got him on, in the universe as a character that he does kind of look like. He's got the beard. He's got that going for him. That's fun. But yeah, both absolute gentlemen, lovely, lovely, lovely. It's amazing hearing lines I've written coming out of the Monkey Man's mouth. Your Iron Fist custom very similar to the Digibash made by Airhammer and DeviantArt. Coincidence? Yeah, I think that was an inspiration for it. I think a lot of the crew kind of saw an Iron Fist custom in that. And I needed a new Iron Fist because the old Mech Ideas lad is really showing signs of aging, and I broke his leg unfortunately, so I had to. I think it was about time to retire him and move on to something new. Da, 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 da. Insert season 3 question here. Just curious, will you include Star Saber and Die Atlas in your series? No, but they exist in the canon as kind of ancient Transformers from Desirous' time, and ancient Cybertronian history. But I don't have plans to introduce them at all. Gary Chalk is held captive by a man with several robot toys. Basically, I I just pointed them all at my Facebook chat. Gary, voice my thing or I'll kill you. Target Alpha Trion is going to be a movie or a series? It's going to be a movie. I'm aiming for it to be about 30 minutes long, just based on the script length compared to the Ascension episodes. And it's looking to probably be about that sort of length. I don't intend for it to be any longer. I don't really intend to add anything more to it, so the script as it is probably like the final thing. I'm slowly getting voices in for it. Also, obviously, I've got Pete, I've got Gary. I've just recorded lines with Christian, who voices Six Gun. And I've got like a bunch of kind of Waller sounds for various Decepticons. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's I think I've needed a bit of bit of like fresh air, a bit of a breather from Ascension. So working on this, I think, is going to be really fun, and you know, nice to actually do something with Optimus and give him some character as well. Give him a bit more to him than just like stoicism. I think there's a bit more kind of, you know, it's not probably the best word, but like humanity. He's a bit more flawed in Alpha Trion, and like, yeah, and it is happening like kind of early in the time. This is 1 million years before the events of Ascension, so late the dying years of the war on Cybertron, before they all bugger off into the universe and start ruining everyone's lives there. Will you show us unused materials of the second season? There's not I don't think there really is as much kind of deleted footage as I did with the season one cut footage, because like season one I was still working out like how I was going to produce the show, how I was going to film scenes on the Ark, which is, you know, I did a couple like test shots when the Ark was a little less stable and the lighting was a little weirder, before I did some reshoots for that, just because it didn't look particularly good. But season two was pretty clear cut in like how it was going to look. So there's not an awful lot. I mean, well, actually, I say that there are a few things which were different at one point. There was a version which what was it? Episode 6, Project Razorback, where Prowl was going to be involved in the convoy, and he was the one who pulled up alongside Fairborn's truck and transformed and told us, like, "Man, please step out of the vehicle." But we changed that. Um, we did actually shoot that scene though, on a different camera, because my DSLR was in the shop getting fixed and cleaned, so I had to use something else. But that's the only filmed difference. There were a few script changes which didn't get filmed, which was fine. Oh no, actually, saying that, season 2, the Skywatch Reborn episodes, wasn't originally going to be a Shatterglass Bumblebee return. It was originally going to be Dreadwing, from the regular Decepticons, having his mind and his parts transferred into a robot which looked very similar to Nemesis Prime. And I do have footage of that. So actually, maybe I will do a kind of a season 2 deleted scenes, cut scenes sort of thing. Because actually there is a fair bit which, now that I think about it, there's a fair bit that was actually changed during production. So actually, maybe that is another behind the scenes video that I can do. Good shout on that, actually. Well done. Oh, by chance, have you seen my custom treasure? I think I have. If you're Edward in the Transformers group, then I definitely have, and I am very impressed. Very well done on that. He looks amazing. it's so cool that people are doing custom tread shots. Although I still actually know what you do. I can't remember. I think Larry and I have like equal amounts of tread shot figures in terms of customs and official releases. But it's cool that people are doing tread shots based on the guy himself, the man, the boy, my son, me. Oh, not a season 3 question, but when think of a title for the series, do you have any other titles in mind other than Ascension? Oh, originally I wasn't going to do the Ascension story as a series. It was gonna be straight up Broken Mirror 2, and it would have been a crossover with the Uprising verse. Um, but I decided I think at that point I decided I wanted to be completely done with the Uprising universe and focus solely on the Broken Mirror universe, and so I just saw potential for a more interesting story in a longer format. But I think it. I remember brainstorming ideas, and I think Ascension just really stood out to me, and I can't remember um, what the other names might have been. They might be somewhere on my computer. They might be in an old document somewhere. Um, but Ascension just stood out immediately as a pretty good summary of what the whole story is about. Um, have you voiced in Swagwave stop motion? Yeah, I have. Unfortunately, because I've just got so many other things on my plate right now, I'm no longer voicing for his projects, but I have done a couple of Marvel things as well as Transformers stuff, so you'll hear me. I don't know if the latest episodes have come out yet, but actually no. So you might hear me in some episodes from a few years back of his kind of X-Men, Avengers, and Transformers Beast Hunters Legacy, whatever it's called, as Twin Strike and Windraiser in Prime Legacy, and I voiced Beast in his Marvel things. So many of you asking questions that I won't answer because it's spoilers. You just gotta wait and see. You just gotta wait and see. Is Optimus Prime ever going to be resurrected? No. I think at this point I just need to like make a video that is just the text the Wreckers are alive, because they are alive, but I'm just not going to do anything with them. They were just there and they got buried, but they're all fine. Have I read the recent IDW crossovers with Ghostbusters, My Little Pony, and Terminator? I've not, but I've been following them. The My Little Pony one is just wholesome as hell, man. I I do kind of want to read it. It just looks so cute, and it knows what it is, and that's fine. I just love the panels of Rarity and RC just complimenting each other. It's just the most adorable thing, and I love it. The Ghostbusters one I saw bits of, and Terminator as well. Terminator I was more interested in because like they have those amazing designs for RC and Velocity. Um, and Alex Milne was back on art duties, and I always love his stuff. But I've not followed any of them. I'm kind of I'm not really into the comics at the moment. I cancelled my subscription to the ongoing um, comic that's now become War World. It just really I just wasn't gelling with it. It was just I just found it dull, which I honestly is true of. Unfortunately, is true of a lot of the comics that they're putting out at the moment. They're just dull and like just uninteresting. Um, any news on Target Alpha Trion or when a new trailer will come? I don't have plans to put out a new trailer. I've not started filming yet, which has definitely been slowed down by the fact that my photo editing software has crashed and it will not open at all. So that's me buggered. But in terms of actual like production, I've got a few voices already recorded. The script is finished. Hopefully, I can start filming in April, and then we're looking at an August release. Possibly more exciting news on the horizon regarding that release date. I don't have a specific one yet, but it's all dependent on progress and how much I make over the next couple of months. So yeah, I've got a nasty spot on my finger. Don't want that. So yeah. Hey Crosshairs, I want to say you're awesome. I absolutely love your work. Thank you very much, Matrix. That's very kind of you to say, and I always appreciate those comments. Very kind of you. If we're seeing Transmutate, are we seeing Rampage? No, we're not. We're doing something. It's familiar but very different with Transmutate, and I think a lot of people are gonna like what we do. It's an interesting one because the episode that she's introduced in is a very it's action light, but it's very heavy on the emotions. So I'm hoping that people will really connect with her and fall in love with her as much as we all have here. So hell yeah. Best Seeker. It's Red Wing. Red Wing there. There he is. Red Wing with my pirates. He best Seeker. He has no personality or character, but he best Seeker. What materials did you use for the interiors of the Ark? Ooh. Oh, that's a very good question. I can't remember. I built this stuff in 2015, 2014 maybe, but around that time. The walls are all made of wood. I can't remember what kind of wood, but it's wood. And they're spray painted with kind of undercoat, and then spray painted with gold. The door and most of the props are plasticard. So things like the doors, like the sliding mechanism there, the kind of rails they're on are like these C-shaped metal things, I think, but they essentially act as rails, and I can slide the door freely on those. It's broken right now, so I got to fix that. But yeah, most of the stuff is made from like plasticard. Very versatile, very useful stuff, and I've got loads of it. Will Knockout show up in the Ascension verse? He did, and he died. Remember? And Drift just beat the hell out of him, and I guess it killed him. Are we getting a continuation of the Earthfall storyline with Bumblebee? I don't have any immediate plans to make more Earthfall stories. I've not got anything fully scripted currently. I do have a Bumblebee sequel part scripted, but like no immediate plans to work on that yet. With Bumblebee, I kind of want to do it as like a trilogy within the series, but we'll jump to other characters around that, and it will eventually all converge at one point. They'll all converge at some point, which will be the kind of conclusion, but not necessarily the end of the series. Think of it as like how the Clone Wars series was for the most part, for the first few seasons, an anthology. So all these kind of events happening not necessarily in chronological order. but as I'm releasing them, they are being placed into where they are in the timeline. Target Alphatron will be part of the main saga or its own thing. It isn't directly connected to Ascension. It is, it's within the universe, but it is very much a self-contained story. There are a few things which connect to it, but on the whole, it is its own thing, focusing on Optimus and Alpha Trion and the team that is helping to rescue him. If you could, would you use the pirates in Ascension, or would you do short of them? I've got a plan for a mini-series for the pirates. Again, I don't know when or if that will happen. But there is a plan for a kind of 5-part mini-series with these fools, these big old idiots. I'd love it if they popped up in the main storyline. But right now I don't think that's going to happen. Not until they're kind of strongly established. And by then, Ascension will probably be over, so what will be the point? I mean, Beast Wars Ascension, yeah. Loved your barricade custom. Me too. I still love that thing. Where's he gone? He's back. He's up with my Prime figures up there. I'm so pleased with how he turned out. Larry's done his own now, actually. Unfortunately, because the Bad Cop sticker set is basically impossible to source now, you kind of have to repurpose repro labels, like the Toy Hack stickers, for other police themed sets, and find your own light bar. But it all works out in the end. His custom looked amazing, I gotta say. It was very, very impressive. I think he used the Studio Series. I think it was Barricade and the Crankcase sticker sets there, and kind of cut them to size, and it turned out really, really well. How did Megatron get arrested before season 1? He lost. I feel that's probably obvious. He lost. There is obviously with Earthfall, it obviously implies that there was a campaign that happened before Broken Mirror and Ascension. Like that's where that's why there were a few Autobots already on Earth when Treadshot arrived. But you had your kind of typical final battle of Autobots versus Decepticons, and guess who came out on top? And that's how we got defeated and sent to Garrus 9. Or Ascension could never end? I don't know. That's it. And it's that thing they put at the end of like Justice League or Unlimited or like whatever the series is, just like, and the adventures continue. They'll do that at the end. You just assume it goes on forever. Any plans for what you will do after Ascension? Retire. I don't know. I reckon like Ascension is my last kind of big project. I don't have plans for after that, and who knows? Maybe I just need to I might need to just step away for a while. I don't know if I will continue after it. I don't know if I will or won't. Who's to say? But the story goes on. The story goes on, and I don't have any plans to stop anytime soon. So don't you fret yourself. Will Shatterglass Treadshot ever meet normal Treadshot? No, he did. Remember, Grimlock bit his head off and tore him to several pieces. No plans for those two to meet, which maybe is a missed opportunity, but everything's a missed opportunity when you got benefit of hindsight. I like those EU images. Will we get more? I feel a lot of my answers to these questions is just maybe. I mean, right now I can't do any because Paint Shop Pro has crashed. I might do more. I don't have as much of a drive to work on those images anymore, and like it kind of factors into as well like how the kind of order of canon works within Ascension, because like stuff might get overwritten. So like the expanded universe images are canon up until the point where they are not. So yeah, I don't have any immediate plans to do any more. I do have like a list of events which I could cover, but I don't intend to do any more anytime soon, I don't think. I swear, every time I do these, I am gassy as hell. I apologize. Oh. What figures do I have plans to get next? I know that I'm getting Kingdom Air Razor and Huffer for my birthday. I'm very excited for those, but it's so hard because everyone on Twitter, I'm just seeing them getting their Huffers, and it's like, oh, he looks so good! I want him now, but I can't. But it just means that when I get him, I know I'm getting like it because my girlfriend's getting him for me. So when she gets me a robot, I want it to be something that I really want. I don't want it to be like oh yeah, it's fine, just put it on the frickin' shelf. So I just gotta hang in there. I swear to God, I'm having like withdrawal symptoms for like because I haven't bought a bot in so long. What was the last one I got? Where is it? Last one I got. Alright, the last robot I actually bought with my own money is Erector. I couldn't resist because I just have the maturity of a 10-year-old, but I had to buy him. He was there, and he's actually quite good. He's in great condition for a figure that's was it 25 years old, I think. No, he's older than that. He's 19. No, he's 30 years old. He's a 30-year-old boy. Happy birthday. But that was the last one I bought, and that was back in, I think that was end of February. So I've not bought anything else this month, and I'm just feeling like I get genuine kind of like the kind of like knee kind of like the jerking sort of things, like, oh god, I just want a new robot, but I can't because there's nothing I want right now, and the things I want I can't have. What's even worse is that I don't have an income. I'm still unemployed, so I don't have any money coming into my account, so I can't buy things with the same kind of you know lack of care that I used to. I have to be very careful about what I pick up. I do have a list of bots I want. The new Netflix figures, like the deep cover, the Decius drone, and the Sparkless bot. I want all three of those for sure. So maybe I'll buy those next month. And I really want the Botropolis rescue mission set, but I just hate that it's Amazon exclusive, and I can't get it without paying like $11 shipping to get it to the UK. It's just a mare. I can't deal with that. Do I have any advice for making custom figures? Yes. Clean them. Well, in fact, no. Disassemble as much as you can. Clean them as much as you can. Base coat them. In fact, before base coat them and clean them. Okay, let me start again. disassemble slash file them, like make it easy for you to paint them, but also easy for you to like convert them and move them around without it scratching too much of the paint. So it's kind of like working out where's kind of what's going to clash, what's going to rub against other parts of the robot, and do I need to kind of shave those down. So once you've done that, then you clean them. Excuse me, you clean them. I use an ultrasound bath, as I do with all my customs, just to kind of get rid of any like dirt and grime on the surface. Then you want to base coat them. If you think it's necessary, a base coat is like pretty essential though if you want to ensure that your paint's going to stay on. And then once you've done that, paint it. Give it a good coat of varnish as well, because that stops the paint from scratching off a little more. Bada bing, bada boom. You got a custom. Follow that, and you can't fail. Iron Fist, how did you make him? There is going to be a custom showcase on how I made Iron Fist. Not immediately, because the next one is going to be Elita 1 after much demand. She's going to get her spotlight. And then Iron Fist is planned. I don't know when he's going to go up in the poll for who you want next. But you will find out how I done him, how I did him. Do you think Erector should become a Prime? Yes, but I don't want to think about what his name would be. Would you be interested in doing crossover with other channels? What I mean by this is doing a crossover between a stop motion series and crossing over with another existing series. I've had the discussion actually with Grant actually about somehow doing some kind of crossover, but it's because of the nature of Ascension. It's very hard to reconcile that with the canon. Like, where would this crossover happen? And how would it, like, would it influence, like, I don't know, if it was Treadshot, like, would it influence the story going forward? How would he kind of be aware that he's traveled in space and time into another universe? So I did want to do it. I gotta be honest, I did want to do it, but I just logic got in the way. I couldn't think of a way that it could really work, and make sense in the canon of Ascension. One idea was like it's like a kind of parallel timeline, or it's like not canon, but I don't know. I would want it to be canon, I think. What do you think of the King? Oh, actually, a quick side note. I'm sure many people have seen the post I did a couple of weeks back, talking with a certain Mr. TFI Creations. Been a while since he responded to my messages, but he's fine. He's a busy boy. But there are plans there for a combination of minds. Don't read into that too much. It's not combiners, but yeah, we are looking at working together on something. What I think of Kingdom Galvatron Cyclonus. Galvatron looks weird. Cyclonus is excellent though. I've given him the Spark Sword there because this is what he's going to look like in season 3. He's excellent. I love him. Great. It's got light piping. Light piping's back. There we go. Come on, give me a good angle. That'll have to do. God. Working mirror. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, there's the light piping. Glorious, glorious light piping. He's excellent. Really solid. Good toy. Oh god, it's all the rectal jokes. God's sake. You people disgust me. Is Ironhide going to be dead in Ascension verse? I mean, he's not currently doing anything. I imagine he's out in the galaxy fighting the Decepticons in other parts of the universe. I reckon he's fine though. I don't think he's dead. But I mean, don't hold me to that until you actually see him alive. Like, I don't plan to do anything with him, like within the kind of Ascension present day. But I imagine he's probably alive. He's probably fine. He's all right. Is Sideways a thing in the Ascension verse? I assume by that you mean the Armada version of him, where he's like the what's it, the double headmaster. I don't know. I There is probably a bot out there called Sideways. I don't know what he looks like though. He's probably out there, but I can't imagine. I genuinely don't know what he would look like. What version of Sideways? I keep wanting to say Sideswipe. What version of Sideways he would be? Can't wait for Drift to do some good. Drift, I'm looking forward to. We've thrown in a few more jokes at his expense. I'm careful, like, to strike a balance between the bots kind of taking the mick out of him and him also, being a serious character and having, you know, being taken seriously. But yeah, you're gonna see some fun, swordy stuff with him, and you're gonna hear a lot of weeb jokes. Hypothetically, if you could resurrect any Ascensionverse character, who'd you resurrect? Maybe Trailbreaker. I wouldn't bring back Optimus or Bumblebee. Maybe Rodimus. There is a little bit of me that regrets killing off Red Alert and Trailbreaker, though. I would maybe bring one of them back. Yeah, I know. You didn't expect me to say then, did you? What's your main inspiration in building the Ascension verse? The IDW comics is the biggest one there. Just because I love the world building and I love that they treat at least for the kind of phase one of the IDW verse, like they treated Earth as a smaller part of a greater galactic conflict. And I just like that, out there, even if, the fan favorite G1 characters never made it to Earth, they're still somewhere out there in the galaxy doing good, still fighting. That's the biggest inspiration there for the Ascension verse as a whole. Just that there are so many other battles going on outside of Earth. Are you going to use the Studio Series 86 Transformers? No, not really. Like, Cup looks depressed and ready to die, and I've got enough of that in my life. His face is weird and his proportions are weird, and it's very strange how that figure has made me want to keep the Titan Master. It's funny as well. I don't know. By which I mean, it's funny how I like seeing that figure has actually made me want to keep the Legends version that I've got, in which it requires you to remove the head in order to transform it. But then this new version, you just rip off all his limbs. The other figures I've seen for 86, like, they look good. I just don't want them. Rodimus looks good, but I've invested too much in. Well, I say Hot Rod. Hot Rod looks good, but I've invested far too much into my Titans Return one to make him look like Maternity Rodimus for me to swap him out. Scourge looked good. Don't want him. I like the Stealth Bomber version I've got. Who else? Jazz. This is Jazz. Like they're good toys. They just don't interest me. Which is true of quite a bit of Kingdom, I think. Where was I? Where was I? Sorry, I just phased out. Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on the Netflix Transformer shows? Um, not good at all. Dull, plodding, hopeless, empty. No, that's not a commentary about myself. How would I handle Beast Wars in the Ascension verse? I touched on it briefly when I did my commentary of RC Nightmare Planet, in that there is a Beast Wars happening kind of within the Cybertronian Civil War, and that's like there is a planet where the old Senate sent any Transformer who had a beast mode, sent them there in exile. It's like, we don't want these impure alt modes Cybertronians, get them out of here, put them on this planet, let them fight for themselves. And then that's how they kind of form into different tribes of Predacons and Maximals and Terracons as well. And then fast forward to about 1 million years BCE, and the Autobots and Decepticons come to planet Eucharis, which is where they are, and start enlisting these beast warriors. And yeah, that's basically how the Beast Wars. I've kind of integrated that into the Ascension verse. All right, I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. I'll take a few more questions, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Got a busy day tomorrow. Will I get copyright struck for that? Probably not. I don't think I will. Are Drift and Cyclones going to be rivals in the future? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, they both got swords. Both got their samurai vibes. Hell yeah. Yeah. Any other questions about Target Alpha Trion? Because I want to hear. I realize I haven't released much information about that, but I'm very keen to hear what you guys, if you got any questions about that, or what you think, what you're kind of hoping for from this movie. It's a great script. I'm really pleased with this one. I spent a lot of time working on it, and we've got a stellar cast as well. Like, everyone who's got a role has truly earned it with their talent. Fantastic. Is it good? I hope so. It better be. Well, that's several months of preparation wasted. Years of academy training wasted. Will Elita appear? No. She there is a small mention of her, but I did consider putting her in, but she doesn't make an appearance in this. Do you think there should be a Transformers show produced by HBO? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We know what happened with Game of Thrones, but I've also seen his Dark Materials, and I know that they can produce some good stuff, so it's fine. But that was in collaboration with the BBC. Whatever. Yeah, Alpha Trion story is Ascension canon. It's on the poster. It says the Ascension verse, and I feel like I feel like it's implicit. You should assume that everything I produce is within the Ascension verse, unless I write in big glowing letters, "This isn't in the Ascension universe." Ba, 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 ba. Why didn't you put Getaway on the poster? It's a smaller role, but the main reason is I've not finished customizing him, and I've not touched him as in I've not painted him any further in well over a year. So this is what it currently looks like. So I'm obviously trying to get him closer to um, thingy, Matumti. Um, but yeah, I still got. It's mostly the blue that's misbehaving, so I still got a bit of work to do on that. Um, so yeah, that was the only reason that he wasn't on the poster, is that I've just not finished customizing him. So this is incentive for me to finish. Uh, will you use the more war-torn hound or the Gene Explorer hound? He's definitely more of a military veteran in this. Obviously, he doesn't have any experience with Earth, but I imagine as and when he comes to Earth, he gains a greater appreciation for that sort of thing. He's still got a kind of scout role, but he's a high-ranking um, member of the Autobot army. Will we get more barricade in the future? Possibly. Again, no plans. I don't have any plans to introduce him in Ascension. Uh, I did think about it for a little while, but it just didn't work out. So he may appear again in an Earthfall story, but again, no plans there. I'll do one more. What's a character you wanted to introduce, but for whatever reason couldn't? Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I've got an answer in here somewhere. I want to say Decepticon, maybe Starscream, but an original version of Ascension did have Starscream around, but I just didn't have room for him in the series, so he got cut and buried under the ruins of Garrus 9. I'll answer this one question before I wrap it up. Not really a Transformer question. That's fine. I like those. But have you got advice for combating writer's blocks? I'm really struggling with that at the moment. The best advice I can give that works for me is take a break. Um, you can. It's honestly the best thing to do. Just step away from your work for a couple days, do something completely unrelated, and then come back to it with fresh eyes and a refreshed brain, and take another look at it. Um, I think another good bit of advice which I use um, is just write something shit and then polish it later. Get down the story that you want to tell, and then tidy it up afterwards. And it's the same thing. Just take some time off from it, come back to it with fresh eyes, and realize, this thing doesn't make sense at all. I'm going to change that, and you'll get a better product out eventually. I'm I'm at a writer's block bit as well, which is why Alpha Trion's being such a fun project to start work on, because I'm trying to write or rewrite an episode from season 3, and it's just not working for me. I know the sort of thing that I want to cover in it. I just don't know how to actually do that. Um, so I've left it. I'm leaving it alone for a few days. I say that I've left it alone for about a week now, but I hope that when I come back to it, it might be a bit clearer what I want and how I can do it. Yeah, good advice from Joe. I know, that's why I said it. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I didn't mean for it to go on for this long, but here we are. So, thanks again for hanging out with me. I do enjoy these. I like it when I go in blind and I've not got a topic to talk about. Although having a thing to talk about actually helps. So maybe if I do more of these in the future, I'll have some actual topics I can discuss. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Don't forget as well, like if you want to help me make some cool videos with extra like special effects and new sets and things like that, you got my Patreon here, which you can donate to that if you want to do like a regular donation. £1 donations, that's $1.50, gets your name at the end of every video in the credits. And then £5 or $750 will get you early access to videos before they go live, at least 24 hours before they go on YouTube publicly. And also exclusive posts and polls and stuff. I did a post for my deluxe patrons a few weeks back, which is still running. So if you want to help make a video with me, possibly doing a live action Ascension verse cast. A live action Broken Mirror cast, that is. And you fancy helping out the channel, then follow that there link, the old Patreon link. But also if you want to do like a one-time donation, just a little thing, got my Ko-fi coffee there as well. It's just you can buy me a coffee, buy me a beer. No, can't buy me a beer, they're really expensive over in the UK. But yeah, those options there if you want to do that. But thank you anyway for continuing to watch my videos and liking and commenting and tuning in. So until next time, thank you all for tuning in with me. It's been great fun. Stay safe, wear a mask, be kind, just think of others, and I will see you around.